What's up, insiders? We're back with vlog number 2. I know number 1 had pretty tough audio. I slipped on ice and broke 2 of my mics, and then I lost my 3rd one. So we were down bad yesterday. I was hoping the audio would be a little bit better. My goal is to not edit these videos, these daily vlogs. I'll edit the longer form videos and make them better and cut them up a little bit. But the goal with these daily vlogs is just to talk to the camera, get better at talking to the camera, get more efficient at it, not listen to them back at all, and try to give raw thoughts on the spot, and hopefully kind of grow that ability to talk about things that I want to talk about in the moment. And that's spurring another rant too. It's like I have a lot of thought processes throughout the day and a lot of things that I want to say to people and just a lot of things that I want to share with people in my life. And I'm a much better writer than speaker. So when it comes to those situations, a lot of times I'll make a post on it or I'll write in my journal about the thing that I wish I would have just shared in person because I don't feel as confident in sharing that thought process in a moment. And that has got better throughout the years, but it used to be really bad when I was in high school and college. It's like I had something that I knew my thought process and my belief in the situation, but I wasn't able to articulate it as well as I wanted to in the moment or on the spot. And the podcast has helped a ton with being able to articulate thoughts, but hopefully this kind of video vlog and these live video vlogs make it so I'm able to articulate on the fly a little bit better. And on that, what I want to talk about today is something that I got into a little bit of a Twitter debate on, obviously X today, and I can't really talk about the necessary situation per se because we'll get canceled on YouTube. So if you want to check that out, go there. But one of the reasons, and probably the biggest reason I left the college sector, was this either or mentality that we did not follow. And it's something that you can apply to multiple spots in your life, but I'm going to give a little bit of an anecdote, a little bit of a personal story there, is when you recruit kids, and this either or mentality. So when you recruit kids off of the thought process of, I'm going to build this kid up, I'm going to make him a man, I'm going to teach him life lessons, I'm going to move him forward in life, I'm going to teach him what a community is like, I'm going to be a father figure for him, I'm going to be a leader for him, and it's about the player development and it's about the human development there. When you recruit a kid off of this thought process, when it comes down to a situation in which that thought process, player development, player health, being a father figure, being a leader for that kid, for that athlete, push comes to shove versus winning a football game or playing football, you must choose the option of player development and athlete development, human health, and just bettering the player's life. And when you recruit the kid, you bring this kid in, you promise the kid this aspect of things. When push comes to shove, you cannot choose the aspect of winning football games over that. If you recruit a kid, if you're in Alabama, you're in LSU, whatever it is, you're in one of the big schools, and your thought process is, we are here to win football games, this is a business, this is not here for hugs and rainbows and whatever it is. Like, if that is your recruiting pitch and you're recruiting based off, we are going to go win football games, we are going to do this, and you are honest about it, although I don't necessarily morally agree with going against the player's health, the player at least knows what they are signing up for. They understand they are signing up there for the business of football, to go win football games, to go pursue a national championship, whatever it is. It's a business, they're getting paid to be there with their school, and they understand it, and they contractually signed to that agreement. And one of the things that I found in the college sector that I was getting roped into is we would promise kids the side of player development, we'd promise kids the side of, we will do what's best for you, we will do what's best for the family. And then when push came to shove, we would pick the other option and totally screw the kid over who had already contractually signed over. And that's where the recruiting process really was starting to turn into a scam for me, where all of these kids were just like, what the hell is happening here? You brought me in promising all of these things, and now it's all of this. And again, I understand football and college football is a job and is a massive business, and you need to win football games. And I don't think you should throw out winning football games, and I'm not here for the participation trophy argument left and right. What drives me insane is saying you do not care about winning football games, and then as soon as push comes to shove, it's all you care about. It's the only option you pick. It's like this virtue signal that you are using to out-recruit other colleges, and I shouldn't even say other colleges because I've been to 3 colleges that are all doing the same thing. They're all virtue signaling in one regard, and when push comes to shove, they're picking this other regard. And it's one of the most frustrating and kind of grossest things that I noticed in the college sector. And you can kind of expand that either or mentality to a lot of parts in life. It's like when you're not doing the right thing in your life and you are on a bad path, I think one of the best things you can do to yourself is just admit you're not doing the right thing, and you're being a degenerate, and you're drinking too much, you're smoking too much, you're eating the wrong food, you're not working out enough, you're not taking care of your mental health, and just admit to those things rather than what I feel like our society is kind of set up for right now of we never admit that. We say we are doing these other things. We say we are picking our own health. We say we are picking the betterment of our life, and then we are choosing these actions. And one of the things you're doing there is just avoiding the rock bottom that forces you to change, or at least just looking at what the rock bottom could be, because you are never accepting the shame of your decisions. You are never accepting that you actually made those decisions. You're sitting there in this kind of fairy tale land of, I want to be a better person, but I'm going to pick every easy action that I could possibly pick. So that's kind of my rant there. If you're going to be a degenerate, just say you're a degenerate for a little bit, and I promise you, once you just admit that that's what you're doing and you're picking the wrong actions, you will self-correct and you will make the decisions to make the best action. I've been there in my life, and the only time that I've stayed in the degenerate state for too long is when I'm pretending I'm sitting in this fairy tale land. And if you are in the leadership role of leading men and recruiting people, you do not get to say one thing and then pick the other at the end of the day, or your program will fall apart. And that's one thing that we're seeing with said program is a lot of the kids are transferring out and making decisions for themselves because they understand and they see through the facade that is there. But not creating that facade for yourself and not creating that facade, especially for others, is one of the most important things that we can do in life. Just be real with people. Just be a real person. Explain what you're there to do. Explain how you're going to go do that thing, and stop lying to people. We don't need to live in a fairy tale. Stay in real life. Keep chopping wood.